Well, first they lost a loved one, and then they lost their money. 10 on Your Side spoke to several people about a local headstone business.
Investigative reporter Chris Horne continues to get calls about that company, especially after our promo for his investigation started airing this week. Chris?
And Nicole and Tom, we had 5 more people come forward in just the past 2 days. These families were already under loads of stress, having a recent loss. Then they paid hundreds or even thousands of dollars for a headstone, but got nothing in return. Now they are looking for the man they say is responsible for their added grief, and so are we.
3 different families, 3 similar and troubling stories.
Mr. Prince reached out to us via email.
He was very helpful when I talked to him on the phone.
He came off as being compassionate.
They're talking about Edward Prince, the owner of Headstones Unlimited. All 3 say they bought headstones from Prince last year. Dominic Bagley paid nearly $2,000, Carlina Porter $1,800. They had each lost parents. Melvette Noel paid about $700. Her loss was her 1-month-old grandson, Christian. Once their money was paid and deadlines came and went, they say Prince began to stall.
He told me that he was having difficulty procuring the material to fabricate the headstone.
He said was not ready to finish some little finishing touches on it. And sometimes he would tell me that the ground was too wet.
He said, I've been in the hospital with a spinal infection and I almost died.
Porter and her husband ordered the headstone for her father-in-law in July of last year. November and December passed, and then in January, more excuses.
Oh, the truck is stuck up north in the snow.
So after months of trying to track down Prince's whereabouts, not to mention their own money, both Porter and Bagley had had enough.
I did file a civil claim in the Norfolk court.
So I went and filed a civil warrant for unlawful detainer.
Prince was arrested in late September. He's currently out on bail. Prince now faces felony fraud charges in Virginia Beach, Chesapeake, and Portsmouth. Also, Norfolk police tell us they are looking into 7 cases with the potential for more if other victims come forward. Victims like Noelle, who says she and her daughter will now take legal action against Prince.
The baby was only a month old, and I don't know how anybody could have a propensity to prey on a baby or anyone like that in a time of loss and sadness and grief.
Prince's attorney had no comment. We knocked on doors trying to find him. Porter says she heard that Prince is still in business.
How do you know that?
Just had someone hit me on his Facebook page and saying that this just recently happened to them.
Like Porter, Bagley went elsewhere for a headstone for his father's grave here at St. Mary's in Norfolk. He says he's trying not to be bitter.
You have to be a pretty desperate person to do that.
Porter, meanwhile, says there's little chance she'll get her money back.
You said it was a learning experience. What did you learn?
Check into people more. Just because they seem like they're a legitimate company, I'm doing more research on people nowadays.
He really put the wool over our eyes.
And the Office of the Commonwealth's Attorney in Norfolk says it is reviewing its cases for possible charges there. The address for Headstones Unlimited was an office on West 24th Street in Norfolk. We spoke with the landlord. She told us that Prince had been gone from there for several months. He has a court date coming up in Portsmouth in 2 weeks. We'll keep you posted.